Hey.
You talked about the not knowing until the very end which way this was going to go. Tell me about the moment when you got the call, when you know that this was getting done.
Well, I mean, I felt like we were too far apart, and and so about a half hour later, I got a call from Scott, and I realized that I had increased my bid, and it wasn't either communicated correctly, or he didn't realize it, or what, I don't know what happened. So I increased it. He had come down, and all of a sudden we were right there. And so, and I was like, this is going to happen. And I like I said in the press conference 30 minutes before, I felt like it wasn't going to happen. So that's how fluid it was. And
We saw Juan celebrating in a jacuzzi.
Yes, that's right.
How did you celebrate?
Honestly, I was with a friend, and so when it was officially announced, I was literally at home in my home in Florida. Alex was in Norway, so I was sitting there by myself watching TV, going, "This is ridiculous." Like, you would think I'd find a bunch of people to celebrate with. I'm by myself. But still a great moment.
Steve, when you mentioned that this accelerates things, explain.
Well, I mean, when you get a ball player of this caliber, right? I mean, already our lineup has gotten a lot stronger, and so that's a big deal. And so, listen, I mean, Juan is an extraordinary player, but we still got to build a roster, right, of 26 players. And so, but I think this is a big step forward.
You are a Met fan. Do you know how much you're endearing yourself to the Met fans with things, deals like this?
Right. Well, I'm not trying to endear myself. My original press conference, I said if I could win a championship, I could make millions of people happy. And, now what I made a mistake was, say I'd be slightly disappointed in 3 to 5 years. Well, it's the 5th year, so it's not done yet. But it's hard to win, and you need great ball players to win, and we got one.
What message does this move send to the rest of the league about the Mets?
Well, I'm not trying to send a message to the league. What I'm trying to do is, build a team of sustainable winning. And so it just shows I'm committed and I care, and so this is a passion play for me.
Does it make it any more special that he's a former Yankee now?
What's that?
Does it make it any more special that you were able to get him away from the Yankees?
I mean, I'm not going to. I don't play that game, right? I mean, I can promise you, the Yankees they'll take players from us, and they'll win their share of battles. And so, but that's what competition is, right? I mean, we compete on the field and we're friends off the field.
Are you looking forward to a Subway Series?
That would be awesome, right? How much fun would that be?
We saw Juan celebrating in his jacuzzi once the decision was made. How did you celebrate?
Yeah, I was getting to work. I think when Juan was celebrating, we probably still had a few more terms to iron out with Scott. So we had a little bit while longer until we got to enjoy it, and then we went right into the winter meetings. But we're enjoying it now, and we understand how this player can impact our team, how he can impact our organization. And we're thrilled to be able to do it.
Stephen, what's it been like working alongside someone like Steve Cohen with the checkbook that he has, to be able to build out a roster like
Well,
this?
his support of our organization, our baseball initiatives, is unparalleled in the industry, and he and Alex and their entire family are all in on this. They care about this organization. They want us to win, and it's great to have that type of support.
Mr. Stearns, how do you just feel about the preparation going into Port St. Lucie the next few months, and how the lineup's going to fill with Juan Soto protecting Marte, Vientos, and Alvarez?
Yeah, look, anytime you add a talent like Juan Soto, it makes your entire team and your entire lineup deeper. So we're thrilled to have him in the middle of our lineup. How exactly that's going to shape out, who's going to bat where, I'll let Mendy work through all of that once we get down to Port St. Lucie. But I know we're a much better team today because Juan Soto's in the middle of the lineup.
Across town with the Yankees, it always seems to be World Series or bust, or if they don't go, it's a disappointment. It seems like now that you have this superstar player and the team that you're building, that falls on you guys. Is that something that you look forward to?
Well, we should embrace expectations. Expectations are a great thing. Look, our expectations, even before this signing, were to build a championship caliber organization, an organization that consistently competes at a championship level. So the expectations haven't changed. We just added a really good player to help us get there.
David, is your expectation now to get a deal done with Alonso?
Pete's a great Met. I don't know where the offseason is going to lead, but Pete's a great Met, and we'll see where it goes.
So this is as big of a day as the franchise has had in a long time. What impact does Juan Soto bring to this team?
Yeah, huge. It's hard to deny that, right? As you just said it. Probably one of the best day of this organization. Better moments, one of the greatest days, the impact on and off the field, the quality of the person, the quality of the family, and just puts us in a really good position moving forward.
How soon in the process did you start thinking about what it would be like to manage Juan Soto?
I mean, I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself because I knew there was a lot of teams competing for him. And again, we didn't know which way it was going to go. So I didn't do too much until I finally got that call from David when he told me that we finally got him. And you start dreaming, But there's work to do. But trusting owners and David that, we're going to continue to improve our team.
How quickly does this accelerate things, as Steve said?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's our goal, and obviously with the year that we had this past year, adding the type of caliber, that type of player like Juan Soto obviously accelerates those. So, look, it's an honor, and now we just have to embrace everything that comes with it, which is a winning mentality. There's expectations. That's what you want.
What can't you wait to see him do? I mean, they're a baseball guy. There's got to be something to get, man, I can't wait to see this guy.
At bats, day in and day out, I've seen it for 6 games throughout the year, and it's, a handful of at bats. But just to be able to write his name in the lineup and watch him compete and grind out at bats and, just being Juan Soto day in and day out, I'm really looking forward to it.
Maybe what statement does it mean for New York to see a Yankee star leaving for the Mets?
Yeah, look, that's a great organization across town too. And what he says is that both teams can exist here in this great city. I don't think this is anything to do with the Mets and Yankees. And, I think they're both great organizations. And hopefully we can be playing against each other deep into October. That means it's a World Series.